Are these cats playing or fighting? Well, what about these two? Okay, but what about these two?
You spotted that one, right? That's easy. If it's so obvious, why is one of the top questions on Google, Reddit, and even at the vet's office, are my cats playing or fighting? It turns out that it's not that simple, and when we dug into the science, even cat behavioural experts struggled. However, thanks to a new landmark study, it's possible to turn that complex science into a simple clue table to give you the answers in seconds. And I know exactly what you're thinking. Just show me the chart, and I will. In fact, the link is in the description, but you will still be guessing. The real secret is knowing the 3 strategic mindsets behind it. Without that, the chart is just a list. Stick with me though, and you'll know exactly how to use it like a pro. First, let's look at the science. Are my cats playing or fighting? This very question is what a team of researchers set out to answer. In 2023, they published this study in the Journal of Nature Scientific Reports. Now, they knew that telling their owners to just watch their cat's body language wasn't cutting it, so they did something that we and half the internet spend our weekends doing: collecting and watching YouTube videos. Right now, I'm obsessed with watching Merv the cat talking about bees and sky raisins.
Merv, your beehive's leaving. Oh my god. Merv, your beehive that you watch in your tree, it's going. Your sky raisins. Yes, wait.
Now, the researchers had a panel of those world-leading cat behaviourists watch over 150 clips of 228 cats to look for hidden patterns that our eyes normally miss. They sorted them into this play pile and this fight pile. Well, it's simple, right? But they quickly hit a problem. A huge number of the videos didn't belong in either pile. They were a messy, confusing mix of both. And that right there is a secret. But there was one more thing. They also identified 6 behavioural patterns, but we'll come back to that in a moment. First, let's consider all of this from the cat's perspective. You see, for a cat, play isn't just a game, it's a training simulation. They are running drills for survival, practicing the ancient arts of the hunt, the chase, and the fight. Think of it like a high-stakes chess match. Each cat is a grandmaster, testing defenses, learning moves and trying to get the upper paw. The problem is, for the training game to be effective, that game has to feel real, and that's where a playful check can quickly escalate into a vicious checkmate in the blink of an eye. If you're the eldest sibling, you probably know what I'm talking about, and that leaves us, the humans, in a tough spot. We're trying to referee this complex match, but we don't speak their language or even know their rules. We can spot the obvious stuff, you know, like the friendly opening moves or the all-out war when the king is toppled, but the all-subtle strategy in the middle, it's a total mystery. Thankfully, this new research is our rulebook, and according to this rulebook, the scientists found that cats operate in one of 3 strategic mindsets. First, you have playful. The strategy is mutual fun, like a friendly match between 2 grandmasters. They're testing each other's opening moves, but both have agreed to the rules. It's balanced, it's reciprocal, and no one is trying to flip the board. Then, at the complete opposite end, you have agonistic. The strategy here is conflict. Someone has flipped the board over. The goal isn't to win anymore, it's to end the other player. It's tense, it's one-sided, and here's a big clue, it's often extremely loud. This is a real fight. But what about that third category? This is where one player thinks they're in a casual game, but the other thinks it's a timed championship match. It's a tense negotiation over the rules of engagement. Unfortunately, the researchers gave this category a name more bland than yesterday's unflavoured dried porridge left in its bowl. The intermediate category? But this bland name hides the most important secret for cat owners. This category isn't a 50-50 mix. The researchers found it's actually much closer to play than to fighting. Think of it not as a pre-fight, but rather think of it as like a negotiation. The paper describes it perfectly. You'll see one cat try a play move, like a pounce, and the other cat answers with a fight move, like a hiss. It's a disagreement over these rules. And crucially, the researchers found that this category was full of pauses. The cats will stop, freeze, and reassess each other. It's like they're literally asking, are we still cool? Are we still playing? And that's what makes it so confusing. It's a mashup. You'll see behaviors from both playful and agonistic mindsets all mixed together. It's the ultimate disagreement. One cat is sending play signals while the other is sending warning signs. So you're not wrong or missing something. You're identifying a real complex interaction. So just think about your own cats for a second. With those 3 mindsets, playful, agonistic, and the messy negotiation of intermediate, which one do you think you are really seeing most often? Hold that thought, because now we're going to confirm your suspicion. So if a single action can mean two different things, how on earth are we supposed to know what's really going on? Now, as I said earlier, the researchers identified 6 key behaviors, but just listing them isn't enough. The real value here is the context the paper gives us. First, this one was the single biggest clue the researchers found. Play is almost always silent. The second you hear vocalizations like growling, hissing, or yowls, you are at least in the intermediate category and most likely agonistic. Second, this is a cat grabbing another and kicking. Now, the paper highlights that the key here is reciprocity. Are they taking turns on top? Are the claws sheathed? That's a huge sign of play. In a real fight, cats avoid close contact wrestling. They prefer to swat from a distance. Third, and this is a tricky one, the researchers noted that chasing can be playful if reciprocal, meaning that they take turns being the chaser. But if it's a non-reciprocated chase where one cat is always fleeing and the other is always pursuing, that's a big red flag for intermediate or agonistic. Fourth, and this is where a cat freezes. In that intermediate zone, this is the pause we just talked about, the are we cool moment, but in agonistic fight, this is a tense, stiff-bodied, threatening stare down. Fifth, this is a broad category for actions towards another cat, like pouncing, swiping, rolling in the back, or even just grooming. Sixth, this is the stuff a cat does to itself, like licking its own fur, playing with a toy, just walking away. Now, these 6 signs work with our 3 mindsets to create a behavioral clue table. Now, thanks to movie magic, we've created a set of clues to cover the behaviors at the different stages. Now, we'll show you a more detailed version in a second, but before that, let's re-examine the examples from the beginning. First up is a Q1.
We managed to get this one of our main coons, Oreo and Wolf, recently. Right away, just listen. The only noise is from them tumbling around. There is no vocalization, no hissing, growling or yowling, which is the key sign of play. Their wrestling is wonderfully reciprocal. You'll see them take short, relaxed pauses, look around and then dive right back in without any tension whatsoever. Look at Oreo on the bottom. He's loose, he's non-threatening, and he's happily showing his cute fluffy belly. That's a huge sign of trust. All that batting is with soft paws, meaning their claws are retracted. But here's the most important detail. Even though Oreo is on his back, he's not trying to disengage. He's the one actively pulling Wolf back in by nibbling his ankles to keep the game going. Both are willing participants, and that is a true definition of play.
Now for example 2.
This video is from a Reddit thread. The kitten wants to wrestle, but the older cat never really fancies it. This breaks the first rule of true play. It is not reciprocal. On top of that, we can see that the older cat wants to disengage, and if you listen closely, you can hear noises. This is not a fight, but a line has been crossed.
This is that messy intermediate zone. Someone's definitely getting on someone's nerves, so they're communicating in their very own cat-like way. Now, no one likes to sit and watch animals getting hurt, so for example 3, I won't play you the full clip.
The first sign is obvious, the loud, sustained yowling. The body language is tense, threatening and stiff. Both have arched backs and fur standing on end. During the frozen standoff, one cat is slowly advancing. When contact is made, it's not wrestling. It's incredibly quick and intended to do damage. After the strike, during a pause, both cats are lip licking. This is a textbook sign of intense anxiety and stress. I know as a cat lover, this is really tough to watch, but it's critical you know these signs.
The agonistic category is the most obvious to spot, especially after seeing the other strategic mindsets. As owners, these are the situations where we must intervene. So let's go back to that question. Are my cats playing or fighting? The good news is it's not a mystery anymore. And to help you further, we've gone ahead and added more details to the chart. But here's one final crucial bit of reassurance directly from the study. A single instance does not predict their entire relationship. The researchers are clear. Even a few agonistic spats don't mean your cats hate each other, especially if they still do other things like groom each other, rub against each other, or just sleep nearby. This tool isn't for judging their long-term friendship, it's for knowing when it's time to step in. I'm generally curious though. Drop a comment below if you could add one extra sign to the table, what would it be and why? We read every single one. And if this video helped you decode your own cat's weird little conversations, Tell us by hitting that like button. Now, speaking of decoding weird cat behaviour, let's talk about the great unwinnable war between your cat and your sofa. I'll let you in on a little secret. Often DIY scratchers are cheaper, better and more appealing than anything you can buy. Watch this video here so your sofa can come out of witness protection. We'll see you there.